So that's the other part of the strategy that when we work promoting women empowerment, we also bring men together to help them understand that if they co-work, if they work together, then that's where they win. So I think it holds true in any kind of power relationship. There's a oppressor and the people being oppressed. So, and whoever is strong will oppress, and there's again, so, but we do not want to change this other way. We just want to both the parties to win. So that's why we engage with women, and then because they are oppressed for a very long time, we want to then build their self-confidence. We want to bring enterprises in their hold so that they hold money, and then they have the voice. They have that flexibility to do what they like to. That's one. But until the men recognizes that women coming forward is not a threat to them, they recognize that women coming forward means a support to them. If that relation doesn't thrive, then it doesn't work. So it's not about only teaching women about their rights and powers, but also letting men know that if you work together, then you both will win. And that's also goes to the society. So we are bringing men and women together in a journey so that they both win. So that's how we approach women's empowerment, so that there is equity in the society. And then we hope, right? We've seen that this in many cases in Bangladesh, in some rural areas, in many other countries where there has been patriarchy, and then this strategy of bringing men and women together and helping them understand that they need to coexist in the same footing, that has worked. There's plenty of examples where women have come into the leadership and working hand in hand with men. So I'm very strong, very confident to say that, like, I've seen a lot of that across the globe that we work, and it works. But it requires time, and we need to have patience.
In fact, patriarchy is a prevailing problem in this region, not in Bangladesh alone.
Yes.
In this region, this problem is facing everywhere. But is this the only reason, or don't you think that women have also other problems, social problems, opportunities to come out of their home and work shoulder to shoulder with the male counterparts?
There are a host of problems, there's no question about
as you
that.
have visited many villages of Bangladesh so far in the last few days, I think you have identified some of their problems. One of those are you say patriarchy. But if you see if there are other problems, strategies, how the societies are running, whether they are getting opportunities from the local governments, because government is very much like to empower the women, and our Prime Minister is also women. So that is not the government issues no more, because already there are many government programs to empower the women. So other than patriarchy, do you think there are problems to empower women, and how you were thinking to overcome those problems?
So I think, there are a lot of different kinds of problems, but patriarchy lies underneath. So it is not about, it's about, it starts from celebrating the birth. When it's different when a boy is born and when a girl is born. It starts from there. So it's not only about government policy. It starts, so, and when a boy and a girl is growing, then who gets to eat what? Okay? So that, And then after when they go to school, who goes to which kind of school? If ever girls get an opportunity to school. So it starts from there, and that discrimination keeps on growing.
That
So
discrimination was there from the 10 to 20 years before, but now in the age of information and technology, do you think this problem still persists in the society?
It does. That's why we say what we are saying today. And then and again I'm repeating this.
Why it should be? Because if it, that is, I want to say that is not there. They have sorry. Don't you think that they are not having the information? They are not getting the opportunity to come with the facilities of information technology.
Yeah, it's not
When women and girls come to the touch of the facilities of information technology, they can impart themselves.
Okay, yes, that's right. But one thing that underlies is the mindset. That's where it's not only about knowledge, it's not only about technology, it's about the mindset. So I'm a mother of a boy, and then I need to teach my son that the girls are smart, okay, and then respect them. It's not about and how to treat. So it's not only about women. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. It's about the men also. So in women empowerment, a lot has been done along with women only. But the bigger problem is the change of the mindset of men, and so.
Being aware, being aware is one thing, and the information technology has increased the access to what is right and what is wrong. But changing the mindset is a much more complex thing. Let's take example of cigarette smoking. Who does not know that smoking is bad? Then why smoking continues to be there? The same thing in the traditional practice of patriarchal society, power structure, and the expectation of the society and how it should be. We have seen that even in our staff sometimes. Can ladies do this? That's the kind of question. And then it's a difficult transition.
If this situation persists, it is the failure of the developing leaders.
And that's where we address our program. Yesterday we were
Because
talking about.
this is 2023.
Right. And that's exactly the reason why organizations like HEPER are required.
People are going to the sky. People are winning victory over the sky.
Well,
And here we see human beings living in the streets.
isn't that the tragedy that we are living? And that's exactly, you are
It
right.
is the failure of developing leaders.
And
Actually, I should say this very clearly because we journalists from this very locality, Rajshahi, we claim ourselves professional, but because we live in this city, we are not 100% professional. Because and it is a very great opportunity to have you here among us in Rajshahi from various countries. You lead many development activities. So we are talking many things from our experiences. These are not meant to hurt you.
No, we are not taking offending. I just wanted to share some of the what
Yes.
we saw yesterday, and we'd like to invite you to
Because
take the
when
college
you
where
go
we
to
are.
see, our experience is that when you go to see, you are shown very much good pictures, only good pictures, but that is not all.
Well, so can I just, here's the thing, and we had a reflection of the group that was here today, having gone to the 3 co-ops. And what we observed is, it is a very fragile society by which we are creating these co-ops. It is we are leaving, right? And the women have to work, and they're living in this society that's discriminating against them. We get that, and it's not going to change overnight. And so my question is, you have a point of view, right?
Right.
And you live in this society,
patriarchy
right?
is not.
No, so you live in this society. So if you take away development leaders, because we're not taking this personally, what do you think, because you understand your own society, what do you think will need to happen here? And let's just start with Rajshahi, to shift, right? The things that we need to shift for women. I would really be interested in your perspective.
Yes, of course. If I think when women want to do something, they can do. Their patriarchy is no more problem. Yes, some incidents are happening out there, but when a women want to do something, the society here is not resisting them that much, because if you roam around Rajshahi city, you will see many women are opening shops. They are conducting shops. Before I came here, I met a woman who is running a shop, and she is taking care of her ill husband. So some women are coming up, and who are they? They are urban women who have access to information, who has access to people who know how to change lives. And rural area, there are some development also, but what I think that patriarchy has become an old term. It is not, but it persists. It persists, but it has become a old term. What I want to say that development activities should, development leaders should take more care how their projects are being implemented.
We hear you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We had another question regarding climate smart agriculture.
Just to your point there, kind of goes back to what I said before.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned 39 or 49 different NGOs that are operating in this area and stuff, but none of them have our model. None of them work with communities, work with women groups. And I know you smile and kind of go, yeah, I've heard that before. You have, to our wonderful CEO's suggestion of going out and visiting the co-ops and talking to people, I really urge you to do that, because it's really true, and I don't believe it was a show. And I'm not saying everything in the world is always a success, but there are a lot of successes out there of women who are taking charge in rural communities, and they don't necessarily have access to the internet, and some of them are not even literate, right? And they're learning to read, they're learning basic numeracy skills in their trainings that Heifer supports them with, and they're building better, hopefully better relationships, with their spouses and their families and communities in that regard. So I'm going to second the recommendation to go out to the communities. I really believe that.
I think it's so. Last question, maybe.
If you come to agriculture, and there are some machines are getting involved, but our farmers are cannot afford to mechanize their inputs. That is the problem. So how you are going to address that side?
You might want to answer that
একটু আগেও আমি বলেছিলাম না যে আমরা হেল্পার মডালিটি যে কাজ করে বা হেল্পার মডেলটা, এবং যেটা বলেছিলাম যে কৃষিক্ষেত্রে যে প্রযুক্তি দক্ষতা এই দুইটা নিয়ে আসলে আমাদের মূল কাজ, এবং আলটিমেটলি আমরা যখন প্রযুক্তি এবং দক্ষতা নিয়ে কথা বলবো তখন এটার সাথে আমার উৎপাদন এবং মার্কেটের বিষয়গুলো চলে আসে। আপনার প্রশ্নের উত্তরে বলছি যে কৃষিক্ষেত্রে যে ধরনের প্রযুক্তিগত ব্যবহার, আমরা যদি বলি যে আমাদের ট্রাক্টর, পাওয়ার টিলার, আমাদের থ্রেশার মেশিন, রিপার মেশিন, গ্রাস কাটার মেশিন, শুধুমাত্র তাই না, আমরা একটু আগে বলেছেন যে আমরা কোঅপারেটিভগুলোর সাথেও কাজ করি, ওইখানেও আমাদের বিভিন্ন ধরনের প্রযুক্তিগত সহযোগিতা দেওয়া হয়। যদি বলা হয় উৎপাদনের ক্ষেত্রে যে প্রযুক্তিগত সহযোগিতা দেওয়া হয়, এবং সেগুলো কিন্তু এই ধরনের ব্যবসায়িক যে কার্যক্রম পুরোটাই কিন্তু আমাদের নারীরা করছে। তারা কখন, এবং আপনারা জানেন যে এখন পর্যন্ত আমাদের সমাজ নারীরা ট্রাক্টর চালাবে বা পাওয়ার টিলার চালাবে ওই জায়গাটা এখন পর্যন্ত যায়নি, কিন্তু তারা এখন পর্যন্ত পুরুষদেরকে ইনভলভ করতেছে, কিন্তু নারীরাও এই ক্ষেত্রে ইনভলভ হবে এবং ব্যবসা কিন্তু নারীরাই করছে। আপনার এই ব্যবসাগুলো যদি বলেন যে সমস্ত ব্যবসা কিন্তু নারীরাই পরিচালনা করছে, তারা পুরুষদেরকে চালানোর জন্য ড্রাইভার হিসেবে তারা রিক্রুট করতেছে, কিন্তু পুরো ব্যবসাটাই তারাই করছে। শুধু তাই না, এখন যদি বলেন যে প্রযুক্তিগত ব্যবহার, আরেকটা জিনিস হতে পারে যে আমরা কোঅপারেটিভগুলোতে আপনারা যদি যান, ওখানে যখন দেখবেন যে তারা তাদের ব্যবসায়ের হিসাব নিকাশ পুরোটাই কিন্তু তারা সফটওয়্যারের মাধ্যমে রাখছে, অর্থাৎ কম্পিউটার বেসড যে টেকনোলজি বা যে সফটওয়্যার সেটা তারা ইউজ করে তারা এই হিসাব নিকাশগুলো রাখছে। তার মানে কৃষি ক্ষেত্রে